I started my community on Skool about 9 months ago as a business noob, a complete business noob. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so in this video, I just wanted to talk about Skool in those 9 months, what has happened, where I started, where I am now, and where I think the future might be for Skool. Am I still interested in Skool? Let's just dive right into it. But first, we have to talk about how these videos are going to work. And what we do in these videos is I'm building my business in public daily with these videos. So I like to, talk about things on my mind a little bit, things that entrepreneurs in progress might be thinking about. So something that you might be thinking about. So if you clicked on this video, it's why I chose Skool as a business noob. And then, going forward, is this something that I'm going to keep doing? Am I staying on the platform? Sometimes I talk about what I did in the business today, not this video. And then at the end, we're going to be talking about the important things tracker. I'm going to be updating all my important stats, like how much money I made today, all my, metrics, the things that I care about the most. Okay. But first, let's just dive right into it. Why I chose Skool as a business noob. So one of the great things about Skool is there's actually a community for Skool owners, sorry. And it's only for people that own Skool communities. So I'm recording this like a week or so after Alex Hormozi's book launch, $100 million Money Models. And there was about 50 or 60,000 people in here before that. And now he's gotten over 100,000 people to join this on that. He had a crazy offer for Skool and stuff like that. So all these people flooded in and they're all essentially newbies. And I just, it was about my 9 month mark. And I had genuinely just made my first dollar on the platform. And well, I'm going to get into it, but here's the screenshot. So 822. I forgot when his book launch was. It was probably around that time. So I made $95.83. Okay, watch out. And the reason why I made the post, I'm not going to read this whole thing. It's a very long story. Is because I was like, man, there's so many people on here that maybe are just like complete business noobs like I was about 9 months ago. And maybe something just sharing my story of how I went from zero to getting the first dollar across the finish line, I think is really cool. So basically, I just said like, hey, I had all these limiting beliefs. I thought I needed more proof. I basically said that I thought I should be getting like, I'm going to help people for free. And then I should be getting 10 to 20 solid monetary wins. I have a personal finance community. Okay. So it was important to me for people to feel like, yeah, I paid off all this debt. Yeah, I saved all this money. Yeah, whatever. Right. So I was like, for some reason, I had this fixated thing in my mind when in reality, I should have, gotten the first win for free with someone and then somehow try to pay the second, third, and fourth person doing something. Even if that means like, okay, I can offer you XYZ at this price. And, I would have been bad at sales. I still am. And they're like, oh yeah, no, thank you. It's like, okay, perfect. I can still do X for you for free. If you just want to, if you'd write me a testimonial at the end of it or something, that way you're still like practicing the craft and you're still doing it. That way you're just not getting rejected 1,000 times. You can at least still do something to sort of make progress and learn what what your customers want, right? So the 95.83 I received from the platform won't make me rich. It won't allow me to quit my 9 to 5 or pay off my mortgage faster. It just helped me realize how possible those things actually are, which is nuts because, obviously it's going to take a lot of money to do all of those things. But the fact that I asked someone for money in exchange for a service and they said yes is just crazy to me. So, again, I'm not a business guru. I'm not trying to pretend to be a business guru. I'm making these videos for me so I can basically just kind of track my progress and look back in this in 10 years or maybe share this with my kids if, I don't know, they're still doing videos in like 10, 15 years or whatever. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, so who knows what technology will be. It'll probably be holograms or something. But anyway, so the one small act of making money has felt like multiple bricks have been laid down at once because a lot of people talk about how each step in entrepreneurship is like laying down one brick to build a bridge to the other side. And then I said how Hormozi had the book launch. It was at the exact perfect moment, and I just realized that I had no attraction offer, like nothing that was going to excite people to join the community or engage in the community. And that's the biggest thing on Skool. It's like, why would anyone engage? Like, why should they care? And as the community owner, you're like, man, no one's engaging, no one's saying stuff, no one's commenting on a post. And it's like, well, then like the post sucks, or they didn't relate to it, or they're joining, but then they're not doing anything. They don't talk. They haven't reached out in the DMs or anything like that. They're not like engaging in any of the posts. You don't think they've gone through any of the classroom stuff. So I've really found that in the community that I have, and again, you're a business owner. You don't necessarily care about personal finances or anything like that. So I won't get specific. But basically, what I was finding is I would make what I call like a value post, where it's like, man, I put a lot of thought into this. It's like, here's how to do this thing that, here's just some words to help you do this thing a little more efficiently. And it's like crickets or whatever. And then you do a post and it's like, hey, I have this really cool thing that I want to give you, and it's going to give you this XYZ benefit. Would you guys be interested? And then people just come flying out of the woodwork just to like be like, oh my God, yes, that would be incredible. And it's like, you've never, okay, that's great, but like, I've messaged you a couple times, right? They didn't care because they didn't know like what was in it for them. So I'm trying to create more things in it where it's like, this is obviously meant for you. This is why you're in it. And I really think that after my 9 months on Skool, people saying no to a paid solution will be way more valuable than someone saying yes to a free solution. And what I mean by that, and I wasn't sharing my screen, sorry. So this section here, I think that the amount of people that said yes to my free solution ended up not caring. They didn't show up to calls. They never did like the, homework or whatever that I would give them. And it was just like they would make excuses, or they wouldn't value my time either, where it's like they would cancel last minute and not really give an excuse. Like they would just sort of not show up, which is even more frustrating because it's like I'm trying to plan my stuff around this. And of course, like in business, people have like customers or potential clients that don't show on calls, right? That's like part of the game. But yeah, it's just very frustrating because again, I wasn't giving them, like, they weren't invested. So the one person that did pay me, she already mapped out her schedule for the next 4 months. She's basically like, hey, these are some available dates coming up for our, upcoming calls. If you're, if you can sync up to any of these, that'd be great. So she initiated that with me, which is like, she basically paid me, gave me no time to really interact with her, and she already had a list of stuff. So it was so cool. And then she had a lot of amazing questions on resources, could make sure she's proactive, blah, blah, blah. Like she's invested because she put money. She paid me $99, and then Skool took whatever they took, and I got $95.83. But she's invested because she's putting her money into it. Okay. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. And as far as like the platform itself, wow, that's a big blow up face of myself. So I'll just go to my community here. But basically, what I really like about it is they just make it so simple. So there's some simple dashboard stats here, payouts, pricing. So you can, I have a free community. You can make it a paid community just like with a click of a button here. Affiliates is big. So anyone inside the community that invite someone else, and then that person buys something from my community, the first person would get 40% of my community. So it's just a very cool way to like build up community. And you can almost call it like, hey, this could be your side hustle if you give me if you bring in enough people that want to buy something. Plugins is huge. A lot of people use plugins. I'm not super tech savvy with all of this stuff. But there are a lot of cool things like Zapier integration, auto DM. So I have that. But like, there's other things that are just like you could Google Ads tracking, Meta Pixel tracking. So stuff that I'm not using right now, but it's like a lot of people are, and it's just very cool. They show you kind of where you rank. Oh man, my rank is tanking in this community. It's all those new communities that are passing me here. I got to get more engagement. But basically it's just like, what category you're in, what rank are you in the category, um, some other metrics and things like that. But it's just like such a easy thing to do. You could attach like you could do like videos on here and stuff, just like drag and drop a video into here. They're gonna have live streaming soon. They're gonna have all these things, and it's just I pay $99 a month. There's a plan for $9 a month, which is just insane. Okay. So if you're like thinking about Skool or not sure or whatever, well, speaking of the affiliate thing, like I have a link down below. Um, yeah, sorry, I had a little brain fart there. It is late. I do apologize. But yeah, I just think it's such a great platform, and I'm saying this in a sense that like I don't have the entire context of like it's not like I've been doing communities for all my life, and it's not like I've tried out all the communities that exist in the world. I just really trust the company, the people that are like in charge of that company. So Sam Ovens, he's a beast. Alex Mosey is obviously a co-owner, and he just like gives the platform much more credibility. But I don't think that they're going to fail like at all ever, and I just think it's going to be a long journey. And I don't know if you guys know who this is, but in the personal finance space, Dave Ramsey, maybe you've heard of him. Okay, he's like he's the guy that screams about people being in debt and tells people to live off rice and beans, right? But I think about him all the time because he started his journey 30 years ago. Um, and if you don't know who he is, I'm just gonna pull him up now just to give you a face to a name here. Okay, this is Dave Ramsey, right? He's done radio shows for a while. Now he's doing like video radio shows, whatever. But I was thinking like, what? Oh, I wasn't sharing my screen. Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. You got whatever. He started with like radio, and he was doing books, and he was just like dragging this business positively for such a long period of time. And I just think like, man, imagine if Dave Ramsey, when he started his business, had a community, like a free community that he was just shoving all of his like leads in or his opt-ins or whatever to this community. And then all of his other business, all of the other arms of his business were just like either inside the community as like paid stuff, or like he had another community that he would flow people into. Like his free community would probably have like easily millions of people. He's a very large influencer in the personal finance space. Like he would have millions. So why can't I do that? Sounds kind of crazy to say out loud, but like why couldn't I do that? So like why is me, only making $95 in 9 months? Well, first of all, that happened because I was I nervous, I guess, self-sabotaging. But I don't know, like why would I quit? Why would I ever leave the platform? Why would I ever not do a community? I just think it's so valuable. Like there's 212 people in here that I just have like from a business standpoint like access to. I could message any of them. I could send them all an email right now from a post. I could do all these other really cool things. So anyway, Skool's really interesting. I even had this little community that I started for you guys, Entrepreneurs in Progress. And basically it's just a network of entrepreneurs that I'm trying to create. And that's why I'm making these videos as well. It's like I know that other people relate to the same problems that I have, the same challenges, the same struggles. Like the way everyone talks about business is like all the top people talk about it this way, where it's like everyone has the same problems, whether you're in like drop shipping or personal finance, or I don't know, you run like a Bitcoin database thing, whatever, right? Like all businesses have the same constraints. And all people, I shouldn't say all people have like a lot of the same challenges when they're doing certain things. Like some people might be really good on one part of the business, but another like bad in another part. And it sort of just leads to like, all right, like this level 1 tier, or maybe you can jump to level 3, but like you don't know how to do anything after that. So it's just like everyone has their own challenges. Anyway, a link for that is also down below if you guys want to join this. I don't promise anything in here. It's actually quite funny. I just say that I'm just building a network of you guys, right? I'm not an expert. I have no idea how to grow your business, and I'm just trying to grow. So if that interests you, join it. And it's just so funny when all these other people are like if we were to look at like a top business thing here, um, like Tom's Group, for example, like look at all these things. You're like, man, look at all these cool things in here, right? Like, oh man, it's gonna be sick. 119 bucks a month. Stop dreaming, start doing. And yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I have no idea how to help you, but I just I'd like to chat with you, right? Come into chat. So anyway, that's that. Let's go into the important things tracker here before we end the video. These are things that I care about the most. Some metrics inside of my business, I suppose. Even though this one's not really a business, this channel. How much money did I make today in the business? $0. What's my YouTube channels at? I have this one, which is at 4 subscribers. Oh, wow. Look at that, guys. My last video got 4 views, and it's a screaming #1. Look at this. 4, 2, 0 after however many hours. This is 8 hours. Amazing. No one's watching these videos right now, but I'm not going to stop. Switch account. 783 for my main YouTube channel. 783. 4 for the Entrepreneurs in Progress. I just checked this, so there's 2 here in my Entrepreneurs in Progress community, and then 212 for my personal finance community. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy this. I'd love to know what you're doing for accountable things. What are your daily habits? What are you struggling with right now as a business owner? Just to chat, not because I think I can help you. I just think this is a very cool way to meet and greet other entrepreneurs in progress. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.